Ladies and gentlemen, federal employees, today we're talking about your sick leave, how much sick leave you have to use to get it added back into your pension so that when you retire, your pension is bigger and your retirement for the rest of your life is bigger every single month. That's what we're going to dive into today. If you're new here, so good to have you. My name is Dallin Hawes. I'm a financial planner and CFP that works with federal employees like you every day, and I absolutely love it. So actually this video is based on a question I received from a viewer just like you. If you have questions yourself, there's a link below to submit those. But basically what they asked was, hey, how many hours do I have to use to add time into my pension calculation? So if you don't know, when you retire as a federal employee, your pension, that monthly check you get in retirement, is based on how many years of service you have and your salary, okay, your high 3 salary. Those are some of the key components of your pension. So what happens though if you have unused sick leave at retirement? Well, if you didn't know, it can add time back into your pension calculation, therefore increasing your pension, right? So if you have 1,000 hours of unused sick time, that time can be used to add into your pension and get more money every single month in retirement for the rest of your life, which is awesome, right? But how does that actually work? How many hours of sick leave do you have to use to make this work, okay? Now, the easiest way to do this is to pull up a chart like this, where basically this chart, now if you just Google sick leave conversion chart, this is going to be one of the top hits. This is just, USGS.gov. There's lots of other charts, but this one is a simple one, and it is usually the first one to pull up on Google. So this is the one I'm going to share. Long story short, what you need to do is just go find on this chart how many hours of sick leave you have, or get close, right? If you have, let's say, 725 hours right here, basically what you want to do is you find your hours here on the chart. Now, if you're listening on the podcast, go check out the video. It's going to be helpful. I'm sharing a chart, okay? Find how many hours you have. Let's say you have 725. Okay, perfect. Well, 725 equals 4 months and 5 days worth of service. So basically you go up to the top of the chart to figure out how many months it's worth, and then you go all the way to the left of the chart to find how many days it's worth. So 725 would be 4 months and 5 days. Let's do another example really quick. Let's say you have 1,507. So 1,507 hours would be worth 8 months, right? And 20 days. Okay, so for your pension calculation purposes, if you had 1,500 hours or 1,507 hours of unused sick leave at retirement, then it would be as if you had worked 8 months longer and 20 days. So 8 months and 20 days longer, and that time would be added into your pension calculation, okay? However, let me make something really, really clear, is that any extra days that you have at the end of all this get dropped off. Let me talk you through what I mean by this. So let's say in just your normal service time. So let's say you work 20 years and 6 months, okay? But you also had 6 months worth of sick leave, okay? So you would have 20 years and 6 months of normal time, and then 6 months worth of sick leave, which would total, you'd have 21 years of service for your pension calculation, which is great. However, what happens if there's some extra days? What if you don't have a perfect full month? As you see here, most of you probably won't have a perfect month. What happens then? So let's do another example. Let's say you have 20 years, 6 months, and 10 days worth of normal service, okay? Let's say you have 6 months worth of sick leave plus another 10 days. So you have 6 months worth of sick leave plus 10 days. So for example, that would be about 1,100 hours right here would be 6 months and 10 days worth of extra service that'd be added in from your sick leave, okay? So altogether, if you add up your normal time and your sick leave time, that equals 21 years, right? Because you had 20 years and 6 months of normal time and 10 days. But you had 6 months worth of sick leave, 6 months and 10 days worth of sick leave. So it would all add up to 21 years, right? 21 years and 20 days. You'd have 20 days left over after your normal service and your sick leave was added together. So any days that are less than 30 that are on the calculation at the end get dropped off, and they don't help you at all. Okay? They don't help you at all. So you might as well use them. Okay? So if you do the math and you have any extra days of sick leave that would or potentially could add into your pension, but won't because they're going to be left over, they're not going to make a full month at retirement, then you may want to use them or retire sooner or something so that you get credit for that time. Now, keep in mind, when it comes to sick leave and looking at months and days, basically 30 days equals a month. When it comes to this, I know not all months actually have 30 days, but when it comes to unused sick leave, they use 30 days. So if you have 29 days left over at the end of the calculation, those all drop off. But if you have now 30, boom, that adds in and will actually increase your pension. So I hope that's helpful. Again, if you want access to this chart, just Google sick leave conversion chart. It's going to be one of the top hits. This is not my website. This is a government website, okay? You can check it out, and it'll walk you through figuring out how much your unused sick leave will actually increase your service time to increase your pension in retirement. I hope that's helpful. Have an incredible rest of your day. I'll see you guys next time.